Right, hello and welcome. So today we are going over the Nissan Skyline GTS-R from 1987. Yes, this is the R31 Skyline. In my opinion, one of the most unappreciated Skylines, because without this, well, we wouldn't have the cars we have today. So with that being said, we're gonna dive into it and see how good it is in Gran Turismo 7. So the Nissan Skyline GTS-R is not a new car to Gran Turismo franchise, being in every game except Gran Turismo 3 as well as GT Sports. But besides this car has been in every single other game. So the Nissan Skyline GTS-R, let me give you a bit of backstory. So this car is extremely rare. Only 800 were ever produced, and it was made to go and start competing again in the Group A category. So it was a homologation spec vehicle. That means compared to a standard Skyline GTS, well, the car shares the same engine but just with a better turbocharger and better exhaust manifold. Also with stiffer suspension and just better handling. Well, the car was just a lot better than the GTS. So now the issue was, why was it not just called the Nissan Skyline GT-R? Well, because 2 years after this, the R32 was released, and I think everyone can understand why that is known as the GT-R. So this vehicle is front engine rear wheel drive. It produces 207 brake horsepower, comes in at a weight of 1340 kgs. So overall it has potential, but when we jump into it, well, it's not really the fastest. Around here also driving park, bone stock, well, we see this vehicle set lap times around the 2-minute 3-second mark, which, I mean, compared to the other cars we received this month, it's fast. The Nissan Skyline GTS-R, this vehicle, with it being rear wheel drive, in its standard state, with it not having that much power, you can still get the rear end to step out, because if you're really pushing it through a corner, you can feel the rear end being like, okay, I want to let loose a bit. But more often than not, you're not really going fast enough to actually have that rear end step out unless you're really yanking that handbrake. So the Nissan Skyline GTS-R, it's okay. It's nothing that I'll say, wow, I'm so impressed by, you know, even for an old car, it's really fast. No, it handles and performs how you would expect it to perform. You can feel that, okay, this is where the GT-R can come from. So if we start diving down into the family tree, we can see similarities between this and the newer GT-Rs. I can also see why this vehicle had great success in the Group A championship. The Reebok sponsored R31 GTS-R actually won the Japanese championship. That's just another reason that this is a pure collector's vehicle, and that's also one of the reasons that this vehicle costs 176,600 credits. So it's not that cheap, but look, it's still, you're paying for a piece of history and the fact that this car is extremely rare. So let's see if we can actually make it better. So now if we head on over to the tuning shop and spend quite a bit of money, well, then you are gonna end up with a vehicle that produces 443 brake horsepower and comes in at a weight of 1045 kg. So we chop off quite a lot of weight, almost 300 kg. So that's gonna make a noticeable difference in the corners. And when it comes to power, well, we doubled it. So yeah, we also gonna feel it down the straightaway. So now that the vehicle is fully upgraded, we're gonna head on over to GT Auto to just see if we can't change the look of it. So by heading on over to GT Auto, we see that we have 2 options for a front splitter, 2 options for a side skirt, 2 options for a rear diffuser, and 4 options for a rear wing. Now, also diving into special parts, like we also see that we have the ability to change the grille on this vehicle, but there's tons of different race liveries for you to pick from, and I went for a Calsonic livery and I thought it just came out absolutely insane. So it fitted the vehicle well, and I decided, you know what, let's just head back out on the circuit, because now the car's looks match the overall performance. So with the vehicle coming in fully upgraded, max downforce, racing soft tires. The car comes in at a performance rating of 714.98. Now, to my knowledge, I didn't put a wide body kit on it, so with a wide body kit that will slightly change that performance points rating. But honestly, around here also driving park, this vehicle is fast. In my opinion, out of all of the street cars that we received this month, this is my favorite. It's the fastest and honestly the most fun, because with this vehicle it has enough power. The rear end can step out, you can get it to slide, you can actually drift the Skyline, and you can't really do that with other vehicles. It just feels a lot more modern compared to the other cars in this update, and it's just a lot of fun to be had with this car, and that's what I enjoyed about my experience with it. And we see around here also driving park, the vehicles are now sitting lap times around the 1 minute 36-second mark, which frankly it can be considered competitive. It's quite fast, which was surprising. And when I tell you, if this vehicle just had a bit more power, like if we just hit that 500 horsepower mark, it was gonna be absolute perfection. But since we just under there, we almost had like a 4 out of 5. You know, it's almost there but just not there. But still, the Nissan Skyline GTS-R is a fantastic vehicle. It has tons of history, it handles great, and look, I actually can see myself jumping into this and using it again. That's the crazy thing about it. The rest of the cars from this month's updates, I was like, you know, okay, I can see, but this one is the one that's most likely for me to return to, because overall I actually had such a massive smile on my face. The vehicle was fun, it has a lot of downforce which I wasn't expecting, and you can grip up and just take corners so aggressively and just have a fast vehicle that has, as I said, tons of history and just modern performance. So with that being said, the Nissan Skyline GTS-R R31 from 1987 is a vehicle that I would actually recommend you to go and pick up. Even if you aren't really a fan of it, spend your 176,000, try it out, because of this month's updates, I would consider this the best street car. That's not taking into consideration the Honda NSX GT500, because I mean, that's a race car. You can't compare apples to oranges. It's completely different, but still, for me, this is the best street car added this month. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this car in the comment section. Am I talking my own thing? Hey, let me know. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.